espoused retaliation after the U.S. soldiers were killed in Syria. I want to read you suspected Islamic attack in Syria. This also includes 3 others that are severely injured. Now, this is starting to turn into a more common thing, where the United States is being targeted in different areas of the globe, not just in the Middle East. We're also being looked at here on the Western Hemisphere as well, and obviously in the U.S. One of the biggest concerns that the Homeland Security has had over the past several years is that the United States has its hands in so many different conflicts around the world that it is inevitable that there will be attacks here on U.S. soil. Now I want to show you something. Listen to this right here.
This is what we know right now. 2 U.S. Army soldiers have been killed, 1 American.
It's really concerning, and what I'm starting to see has me very, very, very saddened and upset that this is coming to my shores as a American citizen. But
has pledged retaliation after 3 Americans were killed in Syria attack that the U.S. has blamed on ISIS. President Donald Trump has said, and I quote, "We will retaliate after 2 U.S. service members and 1 American civilian were killed in an attack in Syria that the United States blamed on the Islamic State group." He said, and I quote, "This was ISIS attack against U.S. and Syria in a very dangerous part of Syria. This is not fully controlled by them." This is what he posted on social media. The American president also told the reporters at the White House,
breaking news this Saturday, 3 Americans have been killed in Syria and another 3 wounded in an ISIS attack on U.S. forces out there. And so we're going to break that down. This is kind of breaking news, and I've been digging around trying to find as much information and context about this as I can, because it doesn't do any good just to report what happened. If you don't have any context, you're not going to get you're not going to get the full picture. And so that's one thing that I try to do all the time, is kind of give you some background, some context to it, especially from the standpoint of the U.S. military. So thank you very much for watching the Hot Zone. Let's talk about what's going on. It was reported earlier today, just a couple hours ago, that as many as 4 U.S. service members were injured, and including some critically, when an unidentified attacker opened fire on their patrol in the central Syrian town of Palmyra. Now this is coming from Reuters. The Syrian state news agency quoted a security source that said that 2 Syrian service personnel were injured as well, and the assailant was killed without providing further details. So that was the first news story that came out. Since then, the U.S. Central Command put out a post on X just a little while ago that said 2 U.S. service members and 1 U.S. civilian were killed. So it was upgraded or updated from injured to killed. And 3 service members were injured as a result of an ambush by a lone ISIS gunman in Syria. The gunman was engaged and killed as well. And then they say, as a matter of respect for the families and in accordance with the Department of War policy, the identities of the service members have been withheld until 24 hours after their next of kin have been notified. So that's the update we have on that. Now, we have been able to...
I appreciate and give credit to all the content creators that have given me every bit of content that I have put out thus far. This is very concerning. I mean, now we are at a stage where now we're going to war, I guess, with everybody. It seems like no matter what, because we're losing our people, and I just don't know what to say, except, oh well, it's gonna happen. All right, thank you for watching.